Alright, I got a short video here on the progress I've been doing. I got a few coils made here. I got the wire coming up and over it. It's got I got two wraps on each of these, and I was trying to figure out exactly how much voltage I can get out of one wrap here. You know, taking it and wrapping it this way, then taking it and wrapping it that way. And so it's like two wraps in each, and I was trying to see how much current I was going to be able to get. Um, I I had a couple of times when these zip ties failed already, and a magnet came off, or it didn't come off, but it hit one of the cores I made here. Let's see, yeah, I heard a bunch of pieces fly, and I thought the magnet shattered, but it only took off a little bit, so I was kind of surprised since it was booking pretty good. Uh, yeah, this thing seems to be. But man, when it gets into motion, dude, when this whole board and the coils and everything start vibrating, just like I described that magnet doing, you know, when I put it near it, and the same thing happens in the electric lights and stuff, but you just don't feel it. It's nowhere near as intense as what's going on here, man. This thing is making these coils vibrate like crazy. So it's just like, wow. That vibration is the same thing that goes in the same thing that the electric current causes, or it's coming from these things, but this is where it's all starting, so it's much more intense, I guess. I didn't know that was going to happen. I just want to make a quick note that these transformers, I was trying to figure out where I'm going to get this thick wire at, and I decided to see if I can bust open these transformers, and I figured out a really interesting, cool way to be able to get this bottom section off here. So this is one of them that I took the bottom section off here. As you can see, this wire is nice and thick. So, and I was able to make a coil, pretty good size, man. It was perfect size actually. It wraps right to the edge of the plastic coils that the wiped up plastic. What are those things called? Spools that I'm going to use, and the parts of these are the parts of the transformer right here. See, it's like these are the parts I'm using actually. They're like little wedges sections of the bottoms of these transformers. So if you get I get this plate off and I start chipping out wedges here, and I take the wedges and I use them in these iron cores right here. You kind of take them and you shove them in there so it's nice and tight. Get the magnets right there nice and close so it starts vibrating the metal there, north south, and I'm going to get that same kind of current in the copper there. But it's time consuming, man. It takes a lot of time to do all this, and it takes a lot of figuring out to trying to get this kind of stuff, man. I had to hack. The first one I took apart took forever. It took like an hour, but this one only took me like 10-15 minutes to pop back open because I kind of got better at it. But anyway, I got to continue. So just want to make this short video on my progress and kind of give you a heads up that you be careful of the zip ties that you buy. I guess I thought these ones would work fine considering they were nice and big, but it seems like they failed. I mean, the magnetism strength is pretty strong when this thing starts booking. But yeah, we'll see. Let's see what happens. I got these. These are just my two experimental coils here. But they're the ones that I'm gonna have are gonna be like this thick right here. Let's see. Hopefully another magnet doesn't get. Oh, it's already starting to clip one. I can hear it. Yes, this one. See, stuff starts really starting to pull at high speeds when you start to get it going fast. But yeah, this thing stays in motion pretty well once it gets heavy. See, it's already starting to pull back. I already got it up to a pretty good speed, and when I was at that speed, that's when the impact happened with this magnet and one of the cores, and it sounded like one of the magnets went flying and shattered and went stuck to one of my metal heaters over here. But it's gonna work nicely when I get all the coils set up and I get everything, you know, finally mounted and together and start energizing the coils. You know, I'm gonna have all these coils like in a circle around each of the magnets, and once I get this thing going and get it up to speed, I'm gonna energize them like one at a time, just one coil at a time, to get this thing to start following it. And hopefully I'll have a DC motor up here that I'm going to have connected to this battery, and that DC motor hopefully will have enough energy received by the wheel to keep the voltage in the DC motor at a constant level, so so the energy in the battery doesn't drain if I try to tap it. Yeah, because what happens in a battery, when you plug something in, the current will come out of the positive, go into the apparatus, and as it's going through the apparatus, it encounters electrical charge resistance, or it loses some of its electrical charge as it goes through the equipment. And as it comes out the equipment, well, this is just for DC though. AC is a little different, but DC, this is how DC, I think, works. I'm pretty sure how it works. It always comes out the positive, goes into the equipment, then comes back out the negative, and goes back into the battery. But what goes back into the battery is a charge that has been through the apparatus, that has then some of the charge has been lost as it goes back out of the apparatus and back into the battery. So the battery is receiving a charge, you know, the charge that goes, you know, through the battery from the negative to the positive and then back out again is basically receiving a weaker charge as it keeps feeding out a more positive charge, and as that weaker charge keeps feeding into the battery, it weakens the battery. But I think if I get a DC motor and keep it spinning along with this thing, that the charge in the battery won't drop anymore because of that. It'll stay constant because of the momentum of the wheel. But I got a lot of work to do still, so I'm gonna cut it off right here and continue. But yeah, this is just a short video on where I'm at, and hopefully I'll keep it cranking and have it done soon. So stay tuned, and I'll talk to you all soon.